starting with my first two projects, which is like a set. This is an inspiration. Now I got these from Burlington. They were $9.99 each, so I just spent a little bit over $20. I do want to show you that you can make this using mostly Dollar Tree items. So from Dollar Tree, you're gonna need 2 of these wooden ornaments, these mini pine picks, some pine cones. I got this garland, but you only need 4 of them, and some red berries. Now I got these from Michael's last year, so I did purchase them for like 50 cents. Now these words right here, I decided to use them because they were already red, and I got them from Hobby Lobby. They were like $1.60 for the pack. I'm using these bamboo sticks that I got from Amazon and some paint stir sticks that I got from Walmart. I don't know if this is an ornament or a light bulb, but it looks like an ornament to me. So I did mix 3 paints. I used the Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory, this butterscotch paint that I got, and a little bit of brown. It honestly looks just like the ivory color, but this is the color. Now I'm going to distress it using the Waverly Antique Wax. I'm only doing all the edges and this little part right here. Like I mentioned earlier, these words come from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99, but they are 60% off, and I got them for like $1 and something. Now this has 4 words: to rejoice and 2 peace. I'm using the piece for my first ornament. Using the paint stir sticks, I am going to just cut them to size, like a piece for the top and a piece for the bottom. And I did use my jigsaw to cut these. I then painted them using the Waverly Antique Wax, and I also painted 2 of the bamboo sticks. Once everything was dry, this is how I glued the paint sticks and the bamboo sticks. Now for the bamboo sticks, before I cut them, I glued them first, and then I cut them using some scissors, but you can cut them before you glue them. You can do either or. Once I had glued everything, I then went ahead and glued the peace sign. Now, if you don't have this, you can always use your Cricut. You can use the Dollar Tree galvanized words, or you can use poster sticker letters. But I felt like this went perfect since the words were already red. Now I'm going to use these mini pine picks that I got from the Dollar Tree. This pack has 6 of them, and I'm only using 1 for each ornament, which I cut in half. I then glued the berries and then the pine cones, which I did have to cut them and tie them together. To finish this off, I made this little cute bow using some Walmart ribbon, and I added a string with beads. And that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this sign turned out. For the next ornament, I did the same thing. I painted it the same way, but this time I'm using the Rejoice, and I'm going to put this slanted. I'm also doing the paint stir stick slanted. I am going to trace them first, then cut them. And then paint them using the Waverly Antique Wax. I also painted the bamboo sticks. Once everything was dry, I then glued them. For this ornament, I only use 1 bamboo stick. I then repeated the same thing I did to the other ornament. Add the pine picks, the berries, the pine cones, and the bow. And that is it for the other ornament, which I think they turn out so beautiful and they look so high-end and they almost look just like the other ones. For my next project, I will be doing something that can go in between the two ornaments. So from Dollar Tree, I'm using this wood hanging decor sign and this wood pencil holder. I will be cutting this sign in half. Now I'm going to glue the pencil holder, and you probably already guessed it, I am going to do a sconce. I think that's how you pronounce it. But once I am done gluing this, I'm going to paint it using the Waverly Antique Wax. Using the same little jewstring hanger that came with this, I'm going to add some Dollar Tree wood beads. So now for the greenery that I will be using the leftover mini pine picks, the berries, and I did add some more greenery that I had, but just barely any. And that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using this wood hanging decor sign, which I'm going to paint it red. I use the apple barrel acrylic paint in the color red flag or flag red. I'm going to add this wood sign, which it says Jingle all the way. I got this pack from Michael's. Right now, Michael's has their stuff for 40% off. This pack is $2.99, but with a 40% off, it was like $1 and something, which honestly for this it is such a great buy because they are pretty big and they have different ones. They have this one that says Jingle all the way. They have one that says Merry and Bright and Merry Christmas, and that's all I've seen. I'm pretty sure they have more. I was going to paint the words with some white chalk paint, but then I decided that they already look pretty as is, so I just left them like that. I glued them to the sign. I then added some beads to the jute twine string that came with it. And that is it, guys. That is it for this Jingle all the way sign, which I think it turned out beautiful. I will be using one of the Christmas trees from Dollar General, and from Dollar Tree I will be using this wood plaque and a tree. Now the only difference I see on the trees is the bottom one is round and the other one isn't. Now for the next step, I will be using the Christmas tree that has the straight line, which is the one from Dollar General. I'm going to just simply trace it to the wood plaque. Then using my drill, I'm going to start making a line. So I am going to make like a dent, not a dent, but I'm going to make this a little deeper, like a hole. And I'm only doing that because I'm going to place the tree here. You don't have to do this, you can just add Jenga blocks on the back, but I feel like it looks more high-end like this. Once I am done doing the indentation on the wood plaque, I'm going to set it on the side, and now I'm going to glue these Christmas trees together to make the Christmas tree taller. But before I do that, I am going to cut the Christmas stump. And I am cutting the one from the Dollar Tree. I'm using the Dollar General for the bottom since that is what I used to trace on the wood plaque. The next step is to paint the Christmas tree and the wood plaque. The wood plaque, I will be painting it using the Waverly Antique Wax, and the Christmas tree, I'm going to paint it white. Now using the scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby, the buffalo check, I'm going to trace the Christmas tree, and I'm going to place this on the center, so like that when I glue this, it is going to cover where the two trees overlap. Before I glue the scrapbooking paper, I'm going to use some of the antique wax to distress the Christmas tree and make this look more rustic. Then I'm going to use my glue stick to glue the scrapbooking paper in the middle. To decorate this some more, I will be using this burlap ribbon to add it to the top and to the bottom of the scrapbooking paper, and this makes it look so much better. Now to decorate this some more, I use some of this greenery. I believe this is from Walmart and I got it last year, but Dollar Tree always carry Christmas greenery that you can use. We're going to cut 2 stems, and then I'm going to add some greenery on the other side so it looks fuller. Now I'm going to fold these and then use some jute twine to tie them together, making the jute twine long enough so where instead of me gluing this, I'm going to just put it through the Christmas hole and glue it on the back. Now to cover the center, I will be making a bow using the Dollar Tree buffalo check ribbon and adding it on the center. I had these small little pine cones that I decided to use 2 of them and add them in the center. Once I have the Christmas tree, I'm going to glue it in the wood plaque using hot glue. You can't use wood glue so it can be sturdier, but I didn't, so instead I decided to use a Jenga block on the back for extra support. But that is it for this Christmas tree. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using 2 of the Christmas trees. Now, I did use 2 of the Dollar Tree ones, but I wish I had used 2 of the Dollar General ones because, like I said, the bottom is more straight. These curve more. I will be cutting one of the Christmas trees in half, and I use my X-Acto knife for this. Once I had gone over it a couple of times, I then folded this and it broke or cracked or ripped. But anyways, as you can see, there is splinters, so I use a piece of scentsheet to smooth that out. Now, before I glue these together, I will be painting them, and I decided to use the Waverly Antique Wax. One thing I do recommend you doing is actually letting this dry overnight. I didn't. I only left it drying for not even 30 minutes. It didn't glue good. So to fix that, I decided to add some jute twine. Now to keep this nice and straight, use something on the other side so it can stay standing up. Now for the other side, I did have to stand this up, and I used some boxes on all 3 sections so it can stay nice and straight. And that is it for this tree. As you can see, it does stand up a little bit straight. It does kind of move a little bit. That's why I said it is better to use the ones from Dollar General, because the bottom it is straight. For my next project, I will be using a Dollar Tree wood crate, a Christmas tree, and a Dollar Tree LED candle holder. The first thing I will be doing is gluing the crate on the Christmas tree, or tree on the crate, whichever. But as you can see, I'm gluing it all the way at the bottom, so you can either use this standing up, or you can make 2 of them and use it as a sconce. So now I'm going to paint the crate with the antique wax, leaving the line in the center plain because I'm going to paint that with some white chalk paint. Then the tree, I'm going to paint it with some white chalk paint. Going to distress the tree to make it look more rustic. To decorate the tree, I will be adding this beautiful bow I made out of a Walmart ribbon. And for the crate, I added some greenery, one on each side, and the LED candle in the center. To finish this off, I will be adding some of the ribbon to the crate. And that is it, guys. That is it for this beautiful Christmas tree home decor that you can use it standing up or as a sconce. For my next project, I will be using a Christmas tree and these little wood plaques. This one says Merry Christmas. 3 come in a pack from the Dollar Tree. I am also using this frame, which I made using Dollar Tree items. I'll have the link to that one down in the description box in case you want to check it out. This project is going to be very easy and simple, so I'm going to glue one of the Merry Christmas plaques on the frame. I am not painting anything besides the frame, which was painted using the antique wax. For the tree, I'm going to leave it just like it is. I'm not going to paint it either. I'm going to glue this at the bottom of the frame using hot glue. To secure this some more, I will be adding some Jenga blocks on the back. Now for the next step, I didn't know where to add the greenery, if at the top of the tree or at the bottom, and I also didn't know what greenery to use. But I found this one right here, which I will be adding another pine cone on the other side. So the next thing I did is glue the bow at the top, but I should have waited until after I added this burlap ribbon to the tree. And that is it for this Merry Christmas frame. Now I do want to mention that I have more Christmas DIYs using these Christmas trees that I have done in the past. So I will have them linked down in the description box in case you want to check them out. From Dollar Tree, I will be using two of their large signs, this little truck, and from Michael's, I got the Merry and Bright. Since these Dollar Tree signs have the pumpkins at the top, I am going to just cut that off, and I use my jigsaw for this. To attach these together, I will be using some large Dollar Tree popsicle sticks. To paint this sign, I did use a mixture of the Waverly Antique Wax and a little bit of black paint. I did add a lot of black and I didn't like how dark it looked, so I used a wet napkin and removed some of the paint off. And honestly, this color turned out so beautiful. For the truck, I will be using the apple barrel acrylic paint in red flag. And then for the wheels and the trunk part, I will be using some black paint. Using a paint marker, I did some details to the truck so it didn't look so flat. This Merry and Bright wood DIY sign, I got it from Michael's. Its original price is $2.99, but since it's on sale right now, I got it for $1.79, which honestly is such a great price for this. Now that my sign is dry, I'm going to glue the truck and the words to the sign. Starting with the truck, which honestly I should have added the tree first and then the truck, but I wasn't thinking. So now I'm going to add these trees, which come from this Dollar Tree sign, which the sign I will be using it in my next project. Once I am done adding the trees, I'm going to just add the Merry and Bright. I found these little wreaths that I got from Dollar General for $1, and I will be adding one to the truck, and that is it for this beautiful Merry and Bright sign. For my next project, I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree large signs. I'm going to remove the string that comes with these and attach these together using some Dollar Tree popsicle sticks. The strings were stapled and it left some little holes, so I used a piece of sconce to smooth that out. Then I painted the sign with the antique wax and I added a little bit of water so I left it streaky. For this project, I will be using this Merry Christmas wood sign that I got from Hobby Lobby. Its original price was $2.99, but I got it when it was 60% off for $1.79. So I'm going to glue this, and I'm going to glue it on the side instead of the center. On the empty side, I will be adding some trees that I will be making out of these Dollar Tree buffalo check vinyls. And I'm using this little tree as a guide. I cut out 4 trees in total, 2 of the black and white and 2 of the black and red. Now I'm going to add 1 of each of the trees, and then I will be making a 3rd tree using both of the colors. So hopefully it makes sense. Okay, so this next part it was kind of hard for me to explain it. I tried to explain it twice, but honestly I couldn't even understand what I was saying. So I'm going to just let you watch what I did instead of me trying to explain it, but it is very easy and simple. And this is how they look. Now I'm going to add the trunk or this part of the tree using a black paint marker. The last thing I did is add some sawtooth hooks to the back so I can hang this. And that is it for this beautiful Merry Christmas sign. For my next project, I will be using 1 of these Dollar Tree wood hanging decor sign. I'm going to remove the string and I'm going to paint it white. Now my paintbrush was a little bit dirty, so it did leave it with a little bit of streakiness, which I honestly liked the effect it gave it. Now I'm going to make a tree using the Dollar Tree vinyl, and I use this tree that I removed from this Dollar Tree sign as a guide, which honestly I was going to use the tree, but it was a little bit bigger than the sign. So I made another one using the Dollar Tree vinyl, and I made it thinner so it can fit on the sign. Before I add the tree, I will be adding this Merry Christmas sign that I cut out using my Cricut. Now I'm going to add the tree, but first I'm going to make the trunk, and I use this paint marker. I made a jute twine bow and added it to the tree. I then used the same string and some Dollar Tree beads to add it to the hanger. And that is it for this beautiful Merry Christmas sign, which it turned out so beautiful and it looks so high-end. For my next project, I will be using 3 of these Dollar Tree signs. I'm going to start off by removing the tag, and then I'm going to take these apart. Now mine were very easy to take apart. I don't know if they weren't glued right, but I had no trouble taking these apart. Once I had removed the back, I then flipped them around and I used the Dollar Tree vinyl. I'm using the buffalo check, the red and the black, and the white and the black, which there's only 3 of them, so I'm going to do 2 white and black and 1 red and black. Once I am done adding the vinyl, I'm going to add the little frame that came with it and just glue it back on there. And look how beautiful these look. Like, honestly, you can add whatever you like to them. I will be adding some of these Dollar Tree wood planks, which I did have to cut in half so they can fit in there. I only needed 3 small little squares. So once I am done cutting this, I'm going to glue them to the center. I didn't paint these either. I just left them the plain wood color. I then used the Dollar Tree poster sticker letters to add the word joy. Now I didn't have an O, so I just improvised and used a Q and make it into an O. Now that I'm finished, I'm going to put my signs together using the beads that came with the signs and these strings that I got from some Dollar Tree signs, which these have these little plastic things on the end, so it's easy for you to add the beads and it's easy for you to add them to the sign. But anyways, I started off by adding all of the beads, but I didn't like how that looked, so I did remove most of them and only left 8 beads to the Y and the O sign. For the J, I did leave most of the beads on there because that is the main one that is going to hang the sign. Now the way I glue these, where I flipped the signs around and I added a popsicle stick to the back. And that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this joy sign turned out. And that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye. Happy holidays.